Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a couple months, maybe a little more, since we've taken off the front sway bar, and a few of you guys have been asking how the ride quality is, because some people say it's awesome, some people say it sucks. So of course this is my opinion, and also keep in mind my truck has a full suspension upgrade. So I've got the Dobinson IMS kit on this truck, if you're wondering, which includes the full replacement of the front struts. And then in the rear, you have your heavy duty leafs and Dobinson shocks in the back. So keep in mind, all of my info I'm going to give you in this video goes off of the heavy duty shocks. If you're running a stock truck, it will be different, obviously. So maybe you don't want to go quite this far. And reason I'm saying that is because with my setup, how it is, I actually really enjoy not having the front sway bar on. I know for a long time people said take it off, take it off. I may do the rear soon. I haven't done it yet. I'll point out why in a second here. But as for the front, especially we're out here middle of nowhere right now, just cruising on some of these little back roads, seeing where they lead to. On this type of road where you got like the washboard, you got lots of potholes, you got rocks, all sorts of stuff, people's garbage because people are gross. But that kind of stuff, especially off-road, you definitely get a huge improvement driving, because now it's not locked. It's not trying to go back and forth by itself. It's independent on the front. They're not locked together, so each tire can do its own thing, which makes driving over stuff like that way smoother. On road, I would say cruising, say back roads or highway or whatever, you don't even really know it's off there. Turning, which I would say people are probably worried about the most. I know people think when you take the sway bars off, you're going to roll your truck. Now, of course, like I said, my suspension is heavy duty compared to stock, but yes, you do get a slightly more body roll turning, but that's on sharp corners. I'm talking like making a right-hand turn, and you got to have a little bit of speed behind it too. It's not just normal cruising here and there. You got to be giving her. So in my personal opinion, if you're able to flip your truck and you're going to blame it on the sway bars being off, that you should just give your head a shake. Because if you're driving crazy enough to flip your truck just because a sway bar is missing, you're going too hard as it is. And no, it was not the sway bar that made you flip. It's your crappy driving, to be honest. So yes, you will get a little bit more lean around the corners, which is to be expected because you're eliminating the sway bars, so you're going to get more sway. That's the whole point of them. That's what they do. But like I mentioned, with the heavy duty springs, I don't know, it's not like you're getting thrown around in your seat. It's really hard to explain on camera. You have an option, because the sway bar, you can take it on and off all day long if you want. So if you're kind of in the area or in the process of deciding, one weekend when you have time, take it off, take your truck for a rip around the block, and you'll see what I mean. Yes, you do get slight more roll, so you're getting a little bit of that when you're turning. But never have I been driving yet in the last 3 months. And I do city driving, I do highway driving, I do off-road stuff. And never once have I felt out of control or like I'm putting myself in danger or worry about flipping my truck. So now the rear sway bar will be coming off probably in the next few days or so. And reason I've left it on is because I did a video on this before, but I'll add it quickly into this one. When I took the front one off, just because you get a little bit more lean and flex and stuff in the front, you can see just how close that tire is to the plastic or the front bumper. Now, normal driving on the highway, even on these gravel roads like this, it doesn't rub. But I find when I'm backing up, my driveway kind of goes up a little bit and then flattens out into my garage. So when I'm backing up in that slight incline, and then because your momentum is going backwards and it shifts the weight of the truck, if you come in here and take a close look. I showed you before, I've left it for a little while because I actually wanted it to start braking, because it's easier for you guys to see when you have a visual other than just me blabbing into a camera. But you can see right here is where that tire rubs. Now I've pushed it back because basically when the tire's spinning, it's hooking this and it's kind of doing one of those. And then it started folding it. So I just pushed it and tucked it in just like that. And my plan is to just trim a little bit right here, but I wanted to leave it like I said so I could show you guys what exactly is happening and why I haven't taken the back one off yet, because I'm worried if I don't trim that yet and then I take the back off, it's going to give it a little bit more lean, and then I have the chance of the tire actually hooking really good on the front and it's going to pull the bumper off, and I don't want that happening obviously. But once I get that trimmed up, I'm going to probably remove the back at the same time, and then we're ready to roll. Of course, not literally, but we're ready to go ready to go off-road and have some fun. And for some reason, I mentioned this in the other video as well, this side, if you come in, it must be just a little bit off because this doesn't have any rubbing issues at all. It doesn't hit the fender liner, it doesn't hit that plastic part, it doesn't hit anything. But I'll trim it nonetheless, match the two sides up, and then, like I said, when the back one comes off, it's going to give it a little bit more of that, and I'm just worried. I don't want to do damage that I don't have to do damage for, right? Preemptive. I don't want to wreck my truck. I want it to work, I want it to look good, and I want it to be one of a kind, not with no bumper. And now for you stock guys, I would say if you're not 100% sure, because stock suspension of course is way softer than my upgraded stuff here, so you may get more body roll to the point where maybe you're not feeling comfortable on the road driving like that. I can tell you it is going to give you more flex, it is going to give you a comfier ride off-road for sure, but most of us don't live off-road. Most of us live in a city, town, somewhere. You're going to be on the road more than you're off-road. So of course you want to be comfortable when you're driving. You don't want to be scared you're going to roll your truck, or like I said, maybe you're just not comfortable with it. What you can do, take the end links off the front and the rear. You don't have to actually take the entire sway bar off the truck. As long as your end links are not connected, it's going to be the same as if the sway bar was not there. It only takes a couple minutes to do the whole truck, so you can take those off, go for a ride around town, because like I said, off-road, you're going to like it. You're not going to be disappointed they're off there. On-road is where a lot of people are going to have their issues. So disconnect it, go for a drive around town, drive like you normally do. Don't be scared that something's going to happen, because you want to feel as if you're driving normally. You don't want to have to change your driving habits just to eliminate something on your truck. And then again, if you don't feel comfortable, maybe it's a little too much for you, a little too much body roll, you're not comfortable driving, it's as easy as putting it back on. And if you like it, it's as easy as just a couple more bolts. I think it's 17s, two 17s in the front and back. And then I believe the end links are 15 mil. Don't quote me on that, but it's somewhere around there. So as long as you got your basic socket set and wrenches, you can take these off in a few minutes. Bomb around town. If you don't end up liking them, put them back on. If you like it, take them off, store them in your garage, and you're good to go for days and days after that. So there you go, guys. Just a quick little rundown for the guys that have been asking. Hopefully this helps you out. Of course, it's hard to show you guys. I'm going to put a little bit of driving when I'm on my way home. We got quite a bit of windy roads. I'll put that at the end of the video here, just so maybe you can get a little bit of a visual, but it's hard to do that on camera. So again, it's just kind of me blabbing, but I recommend give it a shot. If you don't like it, it's easy to put back on. It's as simple as that. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, share with your friends, and stay tuned for next week's video because you're not going to want to miss it. Thanks for watching. All right, so we're going around a little bit of curves, back roads here. The speed limit is 60 on these roads right now. Going a little bit over 70, just to show you, driving with one hand, it's not like you're going out of control. You can take the corners at high rate of speed. I know the video probably doesn't do justice, but You can hear we're turning sharp enough that the stuff is sliding around in the back of the truck, and at no point does the truck feel unstable. Does it feel like you're gonna flip? Does it feel like you're losing grip? It feels planted. When you hit little bumps, this road, because it's back road, doesn't get taken care of very often. It's got a lot of potholes and indents and bumps, and just an old road. It's beat up. But again, when you're driving, watch out for FedEx. They like to park in the middle of nowhere. But again, when you're driving, you can take these corners just as if you were driving before you took the sway bar off. And you're not going to crash. You would have to be going extremely fast and be in an extremely rare scenario in order to crank your wheel hard enough to flip the truck. And if that's the case, if you're in that scenario, I would say personally, in my opinion anyways, you would flip the truck even if it was bone stock. So again, don't worry about the sway bar necessarily, but take it off, see how you like it. One last quick one. I don't want to pee off the neighborhood too much, but again, you can see we're doing 80. And no problems at all.